Hello, 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 my friends. How are you doing on this fine Wednesday? It is hump day. Happy hump day. Oh my gosh, can you believe that it's October? We are in pumpkin spice season, my friends. And maybe I'm basic, but I love it. Before we get too deep into all the things that I love about fall and these coming seasons, we are here for another Tamra Talks. And today we have a treat. I will be chatting with Christina Chase, in our executive department. Oh, I just had a little brain fart. And she and I will be chatting about our 2024 NAAFA board search. So if you are interested in being on our board, or if you're wondering, how did those people get there? This is the live that you want to tune into. So without further ado, let me bring Christina on. I see that she is here. Christina. She should be coming in any second. Oh,
Hey, Tam.
hi, my darling.
How are
See,
you?
I am doing fabulous because I get to hang out with you. You know, every time we get together, it is a Tam Tina extravaganza. For
Yes.
y'all don't know. But Christina and I have a not so secret affinity for each other, and we love to work on projects together with NAAFA. We just did our board retreat, which was so great and so successful. So we had to get Christina on here so that we could talk about our board search. But first, before we get into that, how about, Christina, you introduce yourself, you tell the people your name, your preferred pronouns, and what you do at NAAFA.
Awesome. So hey everybody, I'm Christina. I use she, her, hers. I am Black, biracial, super fat, disabled, rad fatty. And I volunteer at NAAFA on the board. I'm the governance chair. So what that means is I do a lot of like strategic planning and thinking about like how our organization runs, developing like systems and processes to like improve our sustainability and our efficacy. But it also means that I get to spend a lot of time working on like discrete special projects. So like Tam mentioned, one of the major projects I'm working on right now is leading our board search, which I'm super excited about.
Yay! Yes, our governance chair. Oh my gosh, Christina, I'm so embarrassed. All I could think of was advocacy and executive, and I could not think of governance.
Well,
So
we
please
do
forgive me, anybody.
have like an executive committee, so that's like a subset of our board members. So I am on the executive committee. So like what you said was true. It's good.
And this is why I love Christina, because she makes me feel, when I feel a little wah brain farty, she makes me feel better about myself. So we love to see it, friend. Okay, so why don't we get into some like little interview questions? So why don't you tell us, how did you get into fat liberation?
Um, so I first, I don't know, my first like foray, I guess, into even really thinking about fat liberation. It all started when I was listening to a podcast. And the host was talking about the like diet industrial complex and how, it's just like this huge capitalist industry that's really preying on folks to be like relentlessly trying to change their body size, right? And I don't know, it was one of those moments that just like totally like cracked open my worldview and like changed my perspective like forever, And I don't know, growing up I always felt like I was really prepared for like racism and classism and uh, you know, felt like I was ready to navigate the world understanding those systems of oppression. Um, but that understanding never really matched like the discrimination and oppression that I was facing like throughout my life. And once I realized that, like body terrorism, size discrimination, like those are also really, really well honed tools for oppression. It helped make the world make sense to me again. And then I felt really invigorated to like actually get more involved. So I started by just trying to find more like online fat community spaces. And because I'm somebody who, even though I've been fat my whole life, I've never really had a lot of like in-person fat community. So I started by seeking out more fat community, and then wanted more and more radical spaces, more and more ways to be like actively engaged and really involved in like collective liberation work. And then, a hop, skip, and a jump later, I found my way to NAAFA.
Yay! And we are so happy that you are here. And we will never, ever, ever let you go.
I'm down for
I think that's my own personal thing, guys. Okay, so how long have you been working for NAAFA or working with NAAFA?
And volunteering as a board member for NAAFA for just under 2 years. I'm really excited to go into my third year and hopefully beyond. So yeah, I'm one of the newer folks on the board, but it's been a really fun experience. I'm really glad that I took advantage of this opportunity.
Yes, yes. Christina and I came in together. And so, yes, it's been, I don't know about you, but for me, I feel like it's been life changing. I feel like before really not only finding fat liberation work, but really being a part of fat liberation work has really changed how I see everything. I think I see everything from a activist stance now. So like even commercials, I'm like, nope, 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 not that. Like everything, everywhere I go and everything I do, I have like this activism stance, and I'm like, they could do better with these chairs. Why would they decide to do this? So I feel like NAAFA has really broadened my lens on being more of an advocate for myself and then an ally for the fat people who come after me in the spaces that I'm in. Have you felt something similar? Like what's kind of been your biggest like takeaway, or what has it meant to you to be a part of this work?
So being on the board at NAAFA it's actually been like a really big boon in my life. So I think like a lot of folks, I went through a pretty major like existential crisis and career transition kind of lined up with the pandemic. And so I used to work in education, but like realized that it wasn't, I was like getting super burnt out and realized that it wasn't really a sustainable or healthy path for me. But because so much of my experience was in that field, it was hard to figure out like, well, what do I want to do instead? And like, how can I do work that I think that matters, even if it's not specific to educating, the youth. And so it's been like a really great way for me to be more actively engaged in fat liberation and like get to move from like just like personal survival to more like thinking about how do we make sure that like more fat people survive and have like full and happy, beautiful lives. But it's also been a really great opportunity for me to get to like explore some of my own strengths and like flex my professional muscles again, and start to like think about what other type of like careers am I interested in, now that I'm getting to like build a lot of skills in the work that I'm doing with NAAFA. So it's been pretty transformative for me. And also, I've gotten to meet a lot of really great people. There's a lot of, everybody on the board is super awesome.
Yes.
Obviously, 2 cases in point. But also, I've, been exposed to like learning about what other like awesome fat folks are doing like kind of around the nation by being involved with NAAFA and seeing, like who do we bring in for like as guest speakers and webinars, and that's been really great for me too. It's really expanded my like access and understanding of like the sphere of fat liberation.
Oh yeah. Yes, yes. Every time we have a webinar or we have someone come into like our sphere of like we're in talks with them or we want to like explore a partnership with them, I'm always like looking for them on socials and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna totally follow this person. I need to know what they're talking about all the time.
Mhm.
And like the amount of other types of media to be exposed to, like all the different podcasts. I see that Big Fat Gay Pod is with us, like to like know more about people who are also really passionate about this work and really want to see changes in our community has really been clutch. Okay, so let's get to brass tacks. Tell us about the board search. What are you looking for? Or I should say we, what are we looking for? How can they apply? How can they nominate someone, recommend? Give us all the tea.
Awesome. So, our board search is currently open. We are looking for folks to join our board of directors. So the board members are like high level volunteers. So we're all volunteers. We commit to, I'd say, like 8 to 12 hours per month of doing like meetings and work for NAAFA. So it's definitely something that you can do like alongside, your regular job. And the application is open now. It's available on our website. Applications will be open until Halloween, so until October 31st. And we also have a process for nominating folks. So if you yourself maybe are interested or available to apply to be a board member, but you know somebody really awesome and you think this would be a good opportunity for them, you do have time to nominate folks. That's also available on our website, naafa.org. And the nominations are open until October 15th. So we want to make sure that, if somebody is nominated, they still have time to go like complete their application. And in terms of who we're looking for anybody who's like really committed to fat liberation and ending size discrimination, folks who are interested in having an active role in our organization. So whether that's like helping out with like event planning or fundraising or even just some of the behind the scenes like strategic planning type stuff like I do, we'd really love anybody with those interests to apply. And another thing I'll add is that although currently we're an all-fat board, you don't have to identify as fat or be a fat person to apply or even be considered as a board member. As long as you're somebody who really is committed to ending size discrimination and supporting fat liberation, we'd love to see your application.
Yes, absolutely. And I just want to say for those of you who maybe you don't feel like you're not an aficionado in fat liberation, you don't have to be. We just want you to have the desire. Because I'll say for myself, coming into this board, this is the first step or first time I even dipped my toe into fat liberation work. And I ended up on the board of NAAFA, a 54-year-old organization. So just for anybody out there, if you have a desire to do more, if you have a desire to give your time and your talents to something that is bigger, no pun intended, than all of us, and something that can affect and does affect millions of lives, I say go for it. You never know. And if I can get on the board, I think anyone can. Because I knew nothing, my friends, nothing at all. But now I'm a sponge and I'm like, give me all the things, tell me all the things. Is there anything else that you want to let people know about the board search?
No, I think that's all. I'm really excited about it. I'm really looking forward. I'll be doing a lot of the interviews, so I'm really stoked to get to meet, the folks that are interested in applying. And yeah, I'll just say again that the application is open until October 31st. The nominations are open until October 15th. So we really hope to get lots of like great applications. And I'm really looking forward to seeing like what our cohort of board members in 2024 will be. I think it's going to be really dope. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's going to be really awesome. And I know Christina, I know that she has some stuff planned for us that's going to be really amazing and also really fun. We don't do anything unless there's a little bit of fun sprinkled in. We get a lot of work done, but we do a lot of fun too. So come friends, come one, come all, especially, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, any male presenting, male identifying, masculine identifying folks. We would love to have more voices. As you probably know, activism in general is pretty femme dominated. So we want to be as diverse as we can. We want to include as many voices as we can. So if you know someone under a voice that you don't feel like is represented, please nominate them or have them apply. We want to practice what we preach, and we want to be truly intersectional and diverse, and we want to center the most marginalized people in our community. So please nominate. If you don't think that they qualify, who cares? Just do it anyway. And again, it's only 8 to 12 hours a month. So that leaves a lot of space for extracurriculars, as they say, or for your day job or everything else you got going on. And come be a part of this movement. Okay, let's see. Oh, let's do a fun question before we go, because you know how I am. So when I was doing these Tamra Talks in August, it was Fat Liberation Month and it was summer. And I was asking other board members and other volunteers, like, tell me about your fat summer, like, you know, like what yummy things. But we are in pumpkin spice latte season. So tell me about your fat fall. Tell me something that you love about fall, something that you're looking forward to.
So I realized recently that I think fall is my favorite season, and the reason I love Halloween. I love, you know, getting to wear all of my like Halloween themed clothes this time of year. I'm wearing a like bat sweater.
Yes.
I don't even care. Yeah, so like I'm so excited for Halloween stuff. I also just, you know, I live in a pretty warm and temperate, or like in a climate where like we don't really have seasons. So even when there's just like a whisper of cool air, I'm like, ooh, yeah, like let me put on my jacket, put on my scarf. Like, I love the, you know, like there's a huge portion of my wardrobe that I don't really get to access most of the year because it's just never cold enough. So fall feels like the start of new like sartorial possibilities for me. Excited about that. Yeah, I'm not really a PSL gal myself, but I also, you know, I'm excited to start like making pies and yeah, just all of the kind of like cozy fall vibes I'm here for.
Yes, yes. I also don't live in a very cold climate, but it does get cooler. So the moment that it's like a little overcast and a little cold, I'm like, where's my sweaters? Where's so I am with you. And I actually love like cozy socks. You know, I work from home, so I love like have my big fluffy socks on. Yeah, so it's not only pumpkin spice lattes, although I'm definitely a pumpkin freak. So
Okay.
last time I went to Trader Joe's, I think I bought almost everything pumpkin, minus a couple of savory pumpkin things, because I'm like, not my vibe. So I actually need to do another grocery run soon. So I will be getting more pumpkin things. Okay, my friends. So the NAAFA board search is coming. You heard Christina say it. It's not coming. It's here.
Yeah.
It is here. Get over to NAAFA.org and I will put the link in the description of this video so you can go and apply to be on our wonderful board or nominate someone or do both. Either way, we want to see you, we want to hear from you, and we want you to come into our loving family of folks who are so passionate about Fat Lib, and we're actually making stuff happen. Have you heard about the New York bill being passed? Oh, that was us. So come in and be a part of history. It was us and a whole bunch of other people. I don't want to downplay anything. So thank you so much, Christina, for being here. Any last things you want to say to the people before we sign off?
Just sending like warm fat hugs to everybody out there.
Yes, warm, fat hugs to everybody. I love that. Until next time, we will see you very soon. Ciao for now.